It's June 15, 2024, Saturday afternoon, about 2:45 or 3 o'clock, and I'm on board my Allied Princess 36 Seaquestor. And what am I here for today? Well, we're not going to take the boat out today, but what I'm going to do is something I've been putting off. When we launched the boat, I recommissioned everything but the water heater. In the fall, we take the water heater out of the system. I disconnect it from the rest of the pressure water system so that when we winterize the rest of the water system by running non-toxic antifreeze through it, we don't get any non-toxic antifreeze in the water heater. All we do with the water heater is drain it. So it is not in the pressure water system right now, and in order to fix it and get it into the system, I have to do something I really don't like. Let me turn the camera around and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, we're looking at the starboard side of the cockpit. Right up there in the front of the cockpit, right under there, is where the water heater is, and the only access to it is through that cockpit locker. And it's pretty tight in there, and the issue is not so much getting in or getting it in a position to work on it. It's since I got the knee replacement, it's getting back out. It's quite hard for me to get in and out of the cockpit locker. Much harder to get out than to get in. So what I'm going to do is set myself up to be able to hopefully get out of the cockpit locker, because I'm going to open it up, take everything out of it, and crawl down in there and connect the water heater up today. Boy, oh boy, fun and games. It's not a big deal, just 2 hose connections have to be broken from where they are now and connected up a little differently. Right now what I have is from the pressure water pump, the water goes to a T fitting. One side of the T is the cold water side of the house, and the other side of the T, when the system is fully commissioned, goes into the bottom of the water heater, and then the water comes out when it's hot and goes to the hot water taps. Right now what I've done is taken the outlet hose from the top of the water heater and connected it to the side of the T that would normally go to the inlet of the water heater. So what I have to do is go disconnect that and hook it up correctly. So once I get down in there, the job is going to take 2 or 3 minutes at most, and then I have to get out. So that's the plan for today. Okay, everything's out of the cockpit locker. I have a lot of junk in there. I think I'll throw some of it away. And there's the locker itself and the water heater down there. And I just have to crawl down there and make a couple minor changes in the way the hoses are connected. So this shouldn't take long. Just a matter of getting down there. I've got the tools I need, and here I've got a little antifreeze to add to the coolant system overflow tank, and in case I need more, I've got the jug there. And this line right here, which I'm going to let go down in here, is there in case I have trouble getting out. It goes up to a winch up here on the mast, and I can use it just to pull myself up a little if I need to. So at this point, I'm ready to go into the cockpit locker. I'm not going to take it with me because it's going to be cramped and dark down there, but I just have, as I said, a few connections to undo and then remake going in a slightly different direction. Well, that wasn't fun, but everything's connected the right way now. So I just fill the water heater, which just means running water, and everything will be set. So since I might have to go down in there if I didn't get a connection tight enough, I'm going to pressurize the water heater and hopefully everything will be good. Okay, sorry I'm a little sweaty. It's kind of hot right now. 75 degrees in the boat, so barely tolerable. But it's cooler outside if you're out of the sun. Anyway, everything is done. I got the water heater back in the system. I filled the water heater up and pressure tested it. No leaks, so I'm happy with that. That means I don't have to go back into the cockpit locker to tighten things up. And after that, I ran the hose over and refilled the water tank. Because the water heater does take 6 gallons, and by the time you test run it and everything, you probably use about 7 or 8. So I wanted to make sure that everything was ready, and so filled the water tank back up. Turned out to be pretty low. I think it was down to about 1/4, so that was it was time to do that. Boat's been in the water 3.5 weeks, and you know, we have been using water, so it was good to top off the tank. So the boat is now ready to take on overnights. I don't know what the first one will be. Depends on weather. We'll either go over and spend the night over at Islesford on Little Cranberry Island, or we'll sail around for a day and come back and just pick up our own mooring here in Southwest Harbor and spend the night out there. It's always peaceful out there, and quite a different view from here at the marina. Anyway, we're ready to go now, and I have no excuses for taking the boat on a longer trip. Okay, thanks for watching.